she's going to do it. I know, she's come to my other classes. She's going to do this one. Okay? Yeah, so that's an interesting thing.
I'll try my best.
Yeah. Okay, so what Sandra needs to know is this is wrong. For whatever reason, not for the reason that you guys have, because you've been hearing it all your life, but she's probably seen it typed like this, because a lot of people do this. So this is not going to give you, it's not going to say Miss Penny's pronunciation error. And what it's going to do is, okay, you can right click on this. I know I can't make that bigger, unfortunately, but what it says here is grammar about this sentence. So you can click on either the grammar or about this sentence. And what it calls it, the closest thing Microsoft Word can get here is commonly confused word. So if you notice up here, I know I can't figure out how to make those boxes bigger. When you pull up this little box to see what's wrong, okay, it'll give you the grammar error, what they call the grammar error, commonly confused word. Then in where the blue line is, it gives you a suggestion as to how to fix it, okay? So please do use this. How many people use the grammar checker in Microsoft Word? Okay, yeah. And how many of those people are perfectly happy with it? Yeah, that's the problem, because we'll see some things. It tells you things are wrong that you know are right, and you run it, you have a paper due, and you run it, and it says everything's okay, and you turn the paper in, and the teacher gives it back, and what happens? It's full of mistakes. Okay, so that's part of what we're going to do in here, is kind of learn to deal with it. Okay? One good thing about it is that it does give you the right answer. It does end up with the right answer. Whatever it calls a mistake, it ends up with the right answer. Okay? Okay. One other, let's see. A British thing. I skipped over this when I said British English. Most of you recognize, if you've ever seen it, you probably recognize British spelling. Has anyone ever seen British words, British spelling code? We say this in British English. It's spelled like that. Have you ever seen that? Okay, yeah. So this is, if you set Microsoft Word to British instead of American, it's going to tell you this is spelled wrong once you spell like this. So this is one thing that I don't think you guys need to worry about, except that every couple of semesters, I get someone in the class who has been educated in, usually it's like down in the Caribbean islands. There's some schools down in the Caribbean islands that evidently they teach British English. Because I have had some students come up from there, and they're spelling things like this. Okay? So this is one form of British English. But there are a couple of other words that you don't think of, and one of them is this word. This is British. American is toured. British say towards, backwards, forwards, upwards. American English does not have the S. So here's another thing we're going to be doing here is, in these grammar lessons, is I'm going to be introducing you to those corrections. Did I give you guys that correction chart?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so BR means you've got a British spelling in there. I don't use that too often, but that's why I'm taking the test on the tour. So all these little things you never even thought of as being non-standard. Okay, we're right on time for what I usually do with these. What we're going to do is, on these days when we have grammar tests, I usually try to get done right about now, so I haven't lost my sense of how long I'm taking with it. I'm going to give you 10 minutes, about 10 minutes to work on the test, the quiz, and then 10 minutes for a break. okay? So when you're done with the quiz, you can take a break. So we'll come back at 10 after and look at these. We'll talk about those reviews, okay? I do want to point out to people, I started doing this at the end of last semester, and I hate to say this, but the plagiarism problem has become enough of a problem that, you know, the school is asking us, if you notice on the, if you're working on the thing online, it asks you have to click that little box that says, I did not plagiarize this before you turn your paper in. So I am putting this little, it's in very tiny writing, but just be aware that anytime you put a name on a paper in my class, it says, by putting my name on this paper, I am claiming that I did this work without the help of a classmate or a cell phone. I understand that copying from a classmate and consulting a cell phone to find answers are both forms of plagiarism, which is punishable by an F on the paper, an F in the class, a notation on my permanent college record, and or dismissal from college. Now, in this class, while you are taking this test, it's possible, because I just said to look at the dictionary, it's possible that you could be using the dictionary just to double check if busted is slang or not, okay? But I don't want you copying answers from the person. Okay, do your own work.
So a lot of you.
Yeah, yeah. During tests, during quizzes like this only. And I think this is probably the only one that you would have to look for, yeah, to look up that stuff on the phone. Okay? Okay, so be sure to use a pen on this. If you make a mistake with a pen, just cross it out and make a big.
I have a question.
Just cross it out. Okay. And write it.
What?
Question. Where did you say BR? I don't see it on this list.
The what?
BR.
Oh, you know what? I probably didn't put it on there because that's really the only word I ever put it on, that I ever do. So you can add it to the list. BR means British usage.
Okay.
But that's
Thank
probably
you.
the only word that I ever marked like that. And I think often, because I don't have it on the list, I probably just put, oops, I probably just put this, because it's a British spelling instead of an American spelling. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna, while you guys are doing that and taking a break, I have to run back to my office to get something. So I'll wait till you guys want a break, because if people have questions, I shouldn't run off while you finish everything.